For the best show on the planet, tune in to Bronco Planet.
Hey there, Bronco fans. He's Shad. I'm Danny. This is Bronco Planet. Shad, it's PP week. It's pre-Patriots. Everybody's going nuts.
Well, if memory serves me right, I wouldn't be too nuts right now. Last time we played these Patriots didn't work out so well. Had a little Bronco Planet party, if you will, at CB Potts, which wasn't their fault. Great food, but that was a horrendous playoff game coming after the big Demaryius Thomas touchdown against Pittsburgh. And then we play New England. Tom Brady lights us up. 6 touchdowns. I think 4 of them, or at least 3 of them, to their tight ends. Hernandez, Gronk, end up with 200 yards. It was a miserable night. I was trying to sneak underneath the tables to get out of there, but we hung in there.
Oh boy, I tell you,
drank a lot. And
well, yeah, what's not to drink? You know what I'm saying? You see that kind of debacle, things things happened. I'm still apologizing for things that happened, way back in December or November or whenever.
January,
I don't even know. And that's the cool thing, because it's a new year. We're a new team. We're a new offense. The defense obviously tweaked. What kept us in it last year, obviously, was what?
Well, magic at the end.
No, defense. Because it certainly wasn't offense,
it was
folks.
A miracle play every week, and we somehow pulled it off. Tim Tebow, I guess, helped in some of that, but the defense really carried our team.
Absolutely, and but here's the big query: can a Peyton Manning-led offense go into New England and dominate?
Yeah,
can they repeat something like we saw last week with Oakland?
Yeah, it's certainly possible. I don't know about dominate, but here's what happened. This is when Dwight Tebow is no longer a Denver Bronco. You knew that the Patriots are going to score lots of points, 52 on the board last week against Buffalo. You're not going to do that with Tim Tebow. You don't have the firepower. So Manning can do that, especially if, Mike McCoy says, hey, guess what? What happened last week was pretty good. That Indianapolis offense and Peyton Manning doing what he wants to do, pretty good.
I'm gonna cut you off there, Chad. I've already got to apologize for not being on the show Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
I work for a $5 billion corporation. I was busy being corporate-y, and it's taken about 10 years off my life. But it's and I think the big thing is that you hit on a real subject with me, in that Peyton Manning and this offense was clicking.
Yes, without a doubt.
And is that something that you think can snowball into this week? Because last week, that offense, I don't think anybody in the league could have stopped that.
Yeah, it was spread out, 7 different receivers. You got swing passes going to Hillman. You got tight ends that we went out and got, delivering with Dreesen and Tammy. It was McGahee, 100 yards. It was perfect.
It was perfect. When you talk about the run, setting up the pass, that's the balance offense that we have been talking about for 3 years now.
Yes, praying for, and we finally got it, right?
Absolutely, because we had no passing game for the past 2 years. We all know that. For those of you out there that dispute that, then you need to just kind of rewind and get a grip on life. We've got a pure passer right now, a quarterback. We had a guy last year that
fourth quarter guy.
He was a great fourth quarter guy. But the Patriots, they're a different animal. Something. Let's talk about. Let's peel away the onion of Bill Belichick's butthole, if you will, and talk about. Yeah, if you do, you
start with Josh McDaniels.
Exactly, because if you peel it away, that's who you'll find. So I think there's a little bit of motivation there from the Broncos because of that onion.
Yes,
and I think the Broncos are going to be there to play.
I think so, and I hope they're up for the challenge. And it really comes down to a couple things. I think the receivers, are they big enough? Yes, so you can make great catches at home. The crowd's going crazy. Demaryius Thomas got to hang on to the ball when he's running in the end zone. But hey, at the end of the day, we've got the ability to beat this team. I think the Patriots are somewhere around 20th in defense. I think Thomas, Decker step up. Tight ends make big catches. We can win this game because, the Patriots defense is a little suspect. Are they going to score some points? Absolutely. I worry, even though we lost Hernandez is out, right? They still got Gronkowski.
That's a big thing, too. Yeah. That's a very big thing. And, of course, Gronk had a huge week last week against Buffalo. We are not Buffalo.
Yeah, we are not Buffalo. Buffalo, and then think about it. Arizona kept the Patriots to 18 points.
Right.
So it is possible. And by the way, that Arizona team ranked about 18th. The Broncos team, as Del Rio predicted they would, top 10 defense. So yes, it is very possible. It's can our young, somewhat young players.
Right. But I tell you, the one exciting thing about the Raiders game last week is once you get that cushion, once you've got that lead, then you can actually pin back the ears of a guy like Elvis Dumervil, like a guy like Von Miller. And you saw what happened to, I've got no ill will against Carson Palmer. Yeah. The Raiders, yeah. I mean, that was built in the day I was born.
It has to go.
Carson, I felt bad for the guy.
Yeah, I know. And why are they keeping him in there at the end? He's just getting killed. Mm-hmm. And that's where the Broncos are best. If you get ahead and then you've got nothing but Dumervil and Von Miller coming at you, you're in trouble, other teams. So,
yeah, there is no containment. It is see if you can stop it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, and Derek Wolfe last week. Holy underpants, are you kidding me? He was awesome.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, coming along nicely. So, here's the deal. Here's what I ask Bronco fans. When you look at that schedule going to New England against Tom Brady, you have to say that could be a loss.
Right.
Now, so if we lose, it's not the end of the world.
Talk about your predictions. What were your predictions before even the season started?
I had actually predict New England to win this game.
Okay.
Just because it's in Foxborough.
It's fair, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Relax, Bronco fans.
Broncos,
we're not going to go 16-0. It just isn't going to happen.
But I think it's a winnable game, and if they win it, it's a plus. Do I think we can beat the Saints at home? Yes. Do I think we can go to the Chargers and beat them? Yes. You look at our tough schedule. You have to say, playing New England, you're going to have it all together.
Right.
And it's going to be so fun to watch. You got Manning, you got Brady, 2 Hall of Fame for sure, quarterbacks going at it. Right. And it's just, defense, special teams, and can the Broncos young players step up and deliver?
2 things I want to talk about here. Did the defense step up last week? Absolutely. Yeah. Did the offense step up last week? I almost wish they were playing New England last week because everything was just clicking so good. But I want to just stir the pot a little bit. It's something that you had mentioned earlier about Hillman.
Yep.
Noshawn Moreno goes inactive. Hillman comes in, and I think he does pretty well. Of course, McGahee runs over 100 yards. I mean, why do you even bring in anybody else when the guy's ripping off that kind of yardage? What's your take on Hillman versus the Noshawn Moreno?
Oh, that's an easy question.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, do I want this football or do I want a Barbie doll? I mean, I want Hillman. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? Hillman, I think, is a young guy, brings a lot of excitement. I think he catches it good coming out of the backfield. And I'm just done with Noshawn Moreno. I've been done since the day they drafted him in the first round.
Right.
So I say Hillman, all in on Hillman. Use him as in the flats. And I think though what we got to worry about, you're talking about our running backs.
Right.
Last week, Patriots have 2 running backs to get over 100 yards, and what I think it's Bolden and Ridley. I mean, who picked Ridley?
Yeah, exactly.
Patriots with the running game, a little puzzling, but
something you almost have to look at the Buffalo Bills as the AFC West Raiders. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what you're going to get. Raiders coming off a huge win the week before with Pittsburgh, and anytime you can beat Pittsburgh any time of the year, that's kind of a big deal. Buffalo kind of the same way. There's a little bit of expectations. Fred Jackson gets hurt. C.J. Spiller gets hurt, and Tom Brady and company lights him up for 52. So I can kind of see that, I can kind of feel that, but I think there's a lot more to this game that has nothing to do with the X's and the O's. I think it has a lot to do just with the history, and the recent history, certainly with Josh McDaniels coming in and then going back, and then he crawls right back up the onion there in New England. But let's talk about one more thing here, Coppin.
Yes, I think what a great job of him stepping in, and how much insight do you have, right, with him there sharing the playbook, because he certainly knows the Patriots playbook, sharing those plays. I think that helps us. I don't know. This is 50-50. This is one you don't want to run to Vegas and put your money on because it could go either way. This is a fun one to sit back and watch.
Something for the time being, and until I'm proven or differently, John Elway is the oracle. J.D. Walton has sat in this chair. He's been on this show. We love J.D. Walton. We love what he's all about. Of course, he goes down with an ankle injury. probably done for the year. The Broncos, even before the injury, bringing a guy like Coppin, he brings in, he comes in, doesn't miss a beat.
Yep.
Broncos hang a bunch of points on the Raiders. All of a sudden, John Elway's, he sees things before they
saw it. As Nostradamus.
Beautiful. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think a lot of good things are lined up for this week. I feel good. We certainly got momentum. Things are starting to flow. And it's just like business. It's like anything else. You start feeling good about yourself.
Okay.
And there's no way that the Broncos haven't built up a little confidence after that game. And I tell you what, if they go and win at New England, then there's going to be no stopping this team for a while.
Well, I tell you what, when the season starts, generally defenses are a little bit ahead of the offense. That point is exacerbated in Denver simply because now you've got Peyton Manning, you've got a whole new offense, you've got a different way of doing things. The sideshow circus and the running and the pass play that turns into run is long gone. Receivers actually now have to run routes. Which is something that they haven't been used to for a couple of years. This is a gel process, and I'm kind of hoping what we saw last week with Oakland is a part of that gel process, and the ball just keeps on rolling, Chad.
Yep, absolutely. Well, a lot to think about.
Oh, my goodness.
A lot to pray about. Big game, and I love going against it. It should be fun. This is what fall football is all about. Go up with the leaves falling off the tree, kind of cold in the late day in New England, and let's play a little football. This is why we do what we do.
Exactly.
It's freaking awesome.
All right, for you folks that'll be tuning in next week for the PP, which is the Patriots show here at Bronco Planet. Bronco Planet, the reason why we call this thing is because we are worldwide. You can see us in 169 countries. It's really good. You are on the road to the Philippines, so konnichiwa, even though that's not Filipino, that's the closest thing that I can come to any kind of Far East language. We're going to be back with you Monday night. We're going to roll Chris in here. We'll get the show recapped, hopefully talk about a Bronco win. You can obviously follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook, and right at BroncoPlanet.com. Things are rolling great. Hey, 2 million people, 2 million views. Cannot be wrong about this show.
Didn't we just mention 1 million a few weeks back?
Oh my God, it's absolutely going crazy.
Oh man,
We'll see you Monday night right here at Bronco Planet.